actionable business tips, tools, hacks, strategies. And so if you're joining me for the very first time, you are on the book face. Hello, book facers. So hello, if you are on the book face, say hi, Jerusha. And so I honor the people that are part of my business tip, motivation, and inspiration group. These people have an opportunity on Wednesday night to ask business questions. And tonight, the question is, how do I use stories to get leads? And so I'm going to share with you how you can maximize stories to get more leads for your business. And so I am a lead magnet. And the one thing that I can teach you is how to attract leads, how to find leads, and how to start those conversations with those leads. And so if that's you, you're in the right place at the right time. Say, hi, Jerusha, it's Wednesday. Yes, 8 p.m. Please put it on your calendar so you won't say, I missed you. 8 p.m. every Wednesday night, I'm here just for the people who want to learn. So this is a learning page. So if you don't want to learn how to grow a business online, you don't want to learn how to, maximize this tool called social media, this is probably not the page for you. So yes, I just want you to know we're going to learn today. Today is your day. Hey, Instagram, we got Instagram in the building. So please follow me on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm streaming in more than one place. And that's a business tip right there. If you have an opportunity, I have a link with StreamYard. And so that way it's a monthly little fee, but you have an opportunity to stream my YouTube, my Facebook groups, my Facebook business page, my profile page, my Instagram, my LinkedIn. You're actually able to stream in all the places at one time. Now, TikTok is on another phone, but everybody else is on my desktop. Okay. So yes, do me a favor, put StreamYard. I'll send you a link. But yes, hello, gorgeous. So if you are in the business tip, motivation, and inspiration group, hello, gorgeous. Good to see you. I always want to make sure I answer your business questions. You can also be a part of the group. This is my free group, so you can be a part of it. But you have to be in the group to ask questions. That's the only thing. You got to be a part of the community. So I'm going to help you find the best leads in stories. So that's your question, is how do you use stories to get your ideal prospects? To be honest, let me just break it down for you. The meaning of stories, why it's important for you to post in your stories, and how stories sure what just happened. Oh, there you guys are. I'm not sure what happened. Can you hear me on Facebook? I'm just trying to make sure. Can you hear me on Facebook? I feel like I'm not being heard. Somebody put in the chat if you can hear me on Facebook. Because I don't want to teach all this goodness and you can't hear. And that will be a tragedy. That will be a tragedy for me. So let me know. Let me know on Facebook. Or I guess I can look at this phone and see. That's the only thing. StreamYard is really a good platform. I was just talking about them. They really are. But I got to see if you could hear me, because I don't see that the microphone is on. And that was one of my issues with coming online, is learning technology. Oh, okay. It's all right. So I had to go to another phone and check it out for myself. So I can't hear myself. Isn't that interesting? All right, but I don't know what's going on. So I got to get my son to check this out over here. So yes, so let me know if you can't hear me for whatever reason, but you don't want to miss this. Go ahead and tag your business bestie right now. If you're in a group and you have other associates, representatives, consultants, social marketers, go ahead and grab your business bestie. This is our time where I'm going to answer your business questions about how to find the best leads and stories. Okay. How to find the best leads using this tool called social media. Use the tool. Don't be a fool. And so my goal is to make sure you're never running out of customers. There's an unlimited amount of people available. Okay, that's the good news. There's an unlimited amount of resources available. There's an unlimited amount of money available. And so, yes, we're going to get to that money, honey. Let's get to that money on social media. Woo! And so this has been an amazing ride coming online from being offline all of these years and then showing up online and learning all these strategies and now teaching all these strategies. So this has been a roller coaster, but it's been a fun roller coaster. So yes. So those of you that are in my business course, the 3-day ride, put 3 in the chat. Boop, boop. If you want to get a part of this ride, it's going to be the ride of your life. So let's talk about it. So your business question was, how do I utilize stories? How can I find leads in my stories? Well, a couple of things that you can do. First of all, I'm hoping, because I was not doing this, and this is why I can teach on this subject. This is what I know for sure. Stories get more views than your feeds. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is you got to make sure that you are consistently, constantly, diligently posting in your stories. Okay. Very important that you do that. You're going to be able to grow your business. Some people make a 6-figure income just from their stories, the interactions on their stories. So we know that stories is going to have a lot of your leads who are looking for what you have. So if you're telling me, well, Jerusha, I'm so busy, I don't know if I can get to my stories. Well, the same content, you post in your feed, you want to post more of it in your stories. All right. So let me break it down for you, why stories is important and how to utilize it. If you have a full-time job, I did too. If you have children, I did too. If you have a spouse and family and parents, I do too. So I just want to tell you, it doesn't matter where you are. Anybody can steal and become professional time thief. Steal your time back to build a home-based business, okay? The busier you are, the more intentional you must be. I'm so busy, I have to be intentional with my time. So here's how you're going to use stories to leverage your business and to get the best leads ever. You better write this down. Go ahead and tag your business bestie right now. So Jerusha said, business coach Jerusha said, here's how I'm going to get my best leads utilizing stories. First of all, stories stay up and they're available for 24 hours. Even if you post a story on TikTok, Instagram, it doesn't matter, Facebook, stories are only 24 hours. So you're trying to make sure you show some of your life within your stories. Now, when you go to your stories privacy, click on story and then click on settings or the 3 dots. You can make sure your stories is public and you have archives. So even though, right, it's 24 hours publicly, you still can archive the stories. So if you haven't changed that setting, you need to change it because you want your stories to be in the archive so you can go back if you don't make it within 24 hours to interact, to engage with the people who engaged on your story. So your story should be public and saved, right? You want to go to your settings and you want to make sure that your stories is public and you saved it. In the stories, the purpose of the stories is your life throughout the day. So that's all it is. And that's why it's so quick. And that's why it doesn't stay up long. It's basically what you ate today. When you woke up today, did you do a prayer? What are your daily plans? What are your affirmations? What are you grateful for? Did you take a picture of your children going to school? So stories is just your life throughout the day. So whatever you're doing throughout the day, post it in your stories. Okay. Now, I would certainly add a little flair to it. I would definitely put some music to it. Even if it's turned really, really low, you want to make sure if it's you eating, maybe you tell the person where you went to go pick up this great looking dessert. So you want to constantly be engaging your peoples in the stories. Now, here's a little hack for you. If you are part of the 3-day ride, you're going to get all of my hacks. You're going to get all of my techniques. But another thing that you can do, because you're attracting more people from the stories, is use all the features. the polls, the questions, anything that's in that feature box, you want to use all of them at some point in your stories. So that's just going to help you actually get in front of more people. Now, I forget who talked about this. They call it the 3 Ps for stories. They said you got to have a purpose for your story. Most of it is just to show people you're human. For me, it's to show people I exercise. It's to show people that I take a liquid shot every single day that gives me this type of energy, stamina, and mental focus. It actually, for me, is a place where people can see I have a family, I have a life, I'm a daddy's girl, that kind of stuff. My son is in football. Those are the types of things that I will put in my stories. So the purpose is behind the scene of your human life. Be authentic, show products. You could sell a lot in your stories. It's only up 24 hours. It's probably the best way to sell product is what I am finding out from a lot of my clients and the people that I work with is they sell a lot of product using their stories. Now on Instagram, there's a link. You can go to the features, the smiley face, and you can put your link right there. So if you are showcasing a product, they can click the link and it takes them directly to your website. Obviously, you can have a lot of fun in stories. You don't get attention unless you are trusted, right? You don't get trusted unless you get attention. So you will bring attention to the page. So the reason why you have to stand out more in your stories, when people love your stories, guess what they do? They go to your page. They find out who you are because they're like, oh man, this is the behind the scene of this person's life. I want to see them in the feed, and they go find you. So the first P, they called it the 3 Ps for stories, is the purpose. The second P is the point. What's the point of the stories? It's kind of like, the Kardashians, they tell a story, and all of the other housewives and stories like that. It's living the way you want because of your side hustle or your business. Thank you for the hearts. It's you have time. For me, I work for myself. I've been working for myself for years at this point. Thank you for the hearts. And I get to show when I travel. I get to show taking my son to school, not rushing off, and I get to watch him, even as a teenager, walk into the building. I am so looking at him walking into the building. Okay. Your stories also show your lifestyle. You're purchasing things, right? You're taking a walk in the middle of the day. I ride the bike around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. Usually I would have been in an office setting. So I'm riding my bike with people. I'm jumping rope with my people. It's usually in my stories. So I like to dance. Be silly in your stories. Be silly like you share, my TikToks in my stories. I share all of my funny TikToks in my stories. So that is also the point of the stories. So it's not about what you can accomplish, but what do I want to accomplish? So the point of the stories will be showing others you can do it too. It's not to brag. It's to say you can do it too. We can all do it. We can all have it. And so our intention creates our reality. So my intention is to say I have this time freedom. So if you follow me, that was the only reason I started looking at a home-based business. I wanted this type of time freedom. And so if you don't know, my dad was rushed to the emergency room on yesterday. So when they called, I didn't feel the pressure of I needed to call somebody else. I didn't feel the pressure of, am I going to be able to get off? I didn't feel that pressure. I was like, okay, let me know what's happening. Do I need to go ahead and pack? I'm leaving. And so that type of freedom for me, that peace of mind is priceless. So that was the reason I started. That was the reason I continued to build a home-based business for freedom. Make sense? Yes or yes. And so I share my stories, those types of things. And the third P, you got the first P is purpose. The second P, you write that down. The first, thank you so much. A pretty person is putting this in the chat for me. The first P is purpose. The second P is what's the point of your stories. And the third P is to pull your audience in, to pull your peoples in. So to pull your audience into your world. They know, oh, this is Jerusha. She's a speaker. She's a business coach. She has 2 boys. You're pulling people into your life. Now they start looking for your stories because they want to know what you did next. Did you do 500 jumps today? They want to know, did you do the 7,000 to 10,000 steps? Something is in my eye. Okay. They're looking to be entertained by you because you continuously do it. They're drawn into this movie, right, that you have put on every single day because it is your show. Your stories, it's your show. It's my show, baby. That's where I get to show myself, right? So when they know you, they trust you. You've heard this before. They're willing to buy from you. They're willing to support you. They're willing to share. They're willing to give me some hearts on TikTok, right? So that's why showing up every day, people begin to trust you more because they feel like they know you. Like a lot of you on TikTok, you know, certain creators, you go to their pages every single day because you want to see what they're up to. Where did they eat? Where did they shop? All the things. Same thing on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So what I want to do is I don't want people to not want to be a part of my movement because I'm helping 1,000 families get started with me. I want people to see that growth. So I will post that in my stories. I post new team members in my story, new business partners in my stories, 3-day riders. People are now enrolling in the 3-day ride, post their success in my stories. And so those are the types of things people want to see and they want to be a part of. If you convince someone to enroll in your business, their opinion doesn't really change. So I don't need to beg people. I just need to show them this is what it is. This is what I do. This is how I serve. And I'm helping other people do it too. I think someone said, if you convince someone against their will, they are of the same opinion still. So your stories, you don't have to convince those people. They want to see it. They want to be a part of it. I don't believe in begging people to enroll in my 3-day ride business course. I believe in educating you on what you're missing. I don't believe in begging people to have stronger bones and joints and tendons and ligaments. I can tell you that's what I do. I take 2 shots every single day and I have stronger tendons and I have stronger joints. That's what I can tell you. But we don't beg. We just share, we educate, we have fun, and we show people what's possible. So building trust online takes time. Be patient, but start today. So trust takes years to build and seconds to break. Okay. So you want to make sure you build the trust, you keep the trust, you maintain what you obtain, right? So stories. Also, the one thing that I've learned immediately about stories is I would just do a little story at a time. Something is in my eye. Like 1 or 2 stories. And then I was thinking that would be enough. It has 24 hours, then do another 1 or 2 stories. But then I found out, no, you don't want to do that. Write this down. A pretty person is going to put this in the chat for me. You want to have 6 to 10 stories going at one time. Karen in the building, Charles in the building, write this down. You want to have 6 to 10 stories going at one time. Okay. Now there's a tool that I use to allow me to break up a clip and have 6 stories. If you're in my 3-day ride, my business course, you'll have that tool as well, where I can break up a minute, 30-second clip and put it into stories. So they're 15-minute clips and it goes in my stories. So if you love this, yes, and you're getting value, make sure you follow, of course. And then I'm happy to answer your business questions on next Wednesday. So to answer your question, stories to me is the better place to attract your ideal prospect. The people that are looking at your stories all the time, your name keeps coming up in the stories. Those are your people. The people that like your stories and you see them, those are your peoples, right? Those are the people you want to go start conversations with. You'll notice that your stories will get, say, 50 impressions and interactions, but you'll post that same thing in your feed and it's like 10. So for me, I'll have 300, 400 people, 500 people look at the stories, and then only 100 or 200 look at the feed. So it's always more in the stories most of the time. So do me a favor, promise that you're going to do more stories. Share with us your life, everything that you have going on. So when someone clicks your stories, you can see who liked it. You can see who loved it. You can see who viewed it. These are the people you start conversations with. So in the course, I give you all of the scripts of what to say to start those conversations. Those are leads. Can you imagine if we go to my stories right now, it's like 200 people have liked this one story. It's only up 24 hours. I can sift through those 200 people that I'm friends with, right? Because it only shows you the people that you're friends with. Now I can go and say, hey, did you want 2 shots of the liquid gold? Hey, did you want stronger bones and joints and tendons too? You liked my stories. I can go start that conversation. And then most of the time people are like, yeah, send it over. But it starts with me taking that initiative, not begging, just educating. Does that make sense? Now, if you're on Instagram, you can connect your stories, your Instagram stories to your Facebook stories. Did you know this? All right. So go to your settings in Instagram and it'll say, would you like to share it over to your Facebook? It's going to share it to your Facebook business page stories, not your main profile stories. All right. So, those are two different stories. So on your business page, if you have a business page, I don't believe you actually need it, but that's a whole nother training. There's a business page with stories. There's my main profile with stories. Then you have Instagram with stories, and then you have TikTok with stories. Instagram is connected to your Facebook business page. So when I post in my stories on Instagram, it automatically shares over there. So that way I'm not spending a lot of time going to each platform. Make sense? Yes or yes. Now, the cool thing is when you add to your stories, like I'm going to do tonight, I'm adding this to my stories that I am live to the stories. Guess what? It's going to notify people Jerusha just added a new story. So now you're notifying your friends you're coming on the stories. Every time you post on your stories, it's telling people that you're posting in your stories. The people who like your content are going to start going to your stories. So when you add to your stories, yes. Now, yes, like I said, it's your business page, but you're going to add it to your main profile page as well. And so if you have an opportunity, go look at your stories tonight. Look at how many people liked your stories, shared your stories, commented on your stories. Those are leads. Are you excited that those are leads? Those are leads. As you didn't even think about. That was me at one point. I didn't even think about all those people. Uh-oh. I just want to make sure. I didn't think about all those people in my stories, right? I think about all the people that are in my feed because my feed get a lot of interactions. And so I'm like, man, this gets a lot of engagements. I'm always talking to the people in my feed because it's a lot of people that comment and share. I didn't even think, man, I need to be in the stories too. So you're going to have this situation happen to you once you start posting 6 to 10 times in your stories. Don't get overwhelmed and like, oh my gosh, Jerusha, I barely can post one time a day in my feed. Now you're telling me to post 6 to 10 times in my stories. Don't get overwhelmed with that, right? Like I said, don't take the stories, in my opinion, too seriously. The stories just need to be whatever's happening in your life. Like it doesn't need to be that thought out and serious. Like I could take a picture of me right now doing this live and post it in my stories. So if you missed the live at 8 p.m., don't miss it. Every Wednesday, I do a live Q&A at 8 p.m. That's a story. So don't make this harder than it is, because I know most of you probably work a traditional full-time job like I did too, but being online is the easiest way to build an audience. Being online is the easiest way to build a client and customer base. Being online, doing videos, going live is the easiest and fastest way. I networked offline. I built my business successfully offline. I'm telling you, this is so much simpler, is that a word, than being offline. It is easier than being offline. I did presentations repeating the same thing over and over 4, 5, 6 times every single week, face to face. Trust me when I tell you, being online is easier and you can do it. If my business page is public, why doesn't it get more traffic than my personal page? Because that's a good question. All right. So the reason why I like these questions, the reason why a business page, you got to pay to play. Your business page is for you, right? To place ads. If you're not placing ads, they don't show anybody your business page. No one knows you have a business page until you tell them, hey, go to my business page, or you post it in your profile. I have a business page, go here. No one actually knows because it's not being advertised. When people look for your name, guess what Facebook shows them? Your main profile page. They never show your business page. They're not going to show your groups. They don't show my groups to people. If someone looks up Jerusha on Facebook, my main profile page is going to show up. Because if you want your business page to blow up, you want your business page to have thousands and thousands and thousands of people, you got to pay to play. So you got to have ad dollars. So advertising dollars. So you want to place ads. I'm not telling you to place ads, but if you want that page to be your main page, which I don't suggest it, Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. If you want that to be your main page, yes, everybody that I know, your Tony Robbins, your, Ray Higdons, all the people that I know, Lisa Nichols, all these people, they pay over there for ads. And so we're talking $2,000, $3,000, $10,000 a month to run advertisements. So what I tell people to do, and I teach this in my 3-day ride business course, put 3 if you want the course. Registration is open now. You can get started right now. I've been waiting to tell you, let's go. Okay. So I can work with you one-on-one. What I tell people do, and I teach this in my course, is build your main profile page. I only teach what I know for sure. I built this profile page on Facebook. This profile page has 150,000 followers. I focused on that page because I already knew once they found the main profile page, I can direct them to a business page. I can direct them to my YouTube. I can direct them to my Instagram. I can direct them to my TikTok, because that is the main place that they're going to be shuffled to. So that's where all your content should be. So when you're in my 3-day ride, I also look at your page and I evaluate the page. Like, I don't see that you have a business. You're so busy posting, most people, not you in particular, most people are so busy posting on their business page, they're forgetting about the main profile page. That's the page that everybody sees anyway. When they look at your stories, they go to your main profile page. So that's where all the attention should be. All of my stuff goes on my main profile page because that's what I want you to see. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? When it's a situation like a private, I have a group. If I have a certain group of people, like you guys are in the business tip, motivation, and inspiration group, you want to learn how to build a business. That's why you're in the group. You want to ask questions to build a business, right? Facebook's not going to show anybody. Every time I'm live, I have to say, hey, join the business tip, motivation, and inspiration group. You're not going to magically just come upon it. Make sense? Yes or yes? The 3-day ride is right now. The 3-day ride is right now. You can message me 3. You can just go to my profile, click where it says tree. You will see the 3-day ride. You can get in the ride right now. Nothing is stopping you from getting in the ride. The ride is available right now. And this is my favorite time of the year when I get to ride with you. I get to really work with you one-on-one. I get to look at your business and say, these are my thoughts. These are, the things that I would change. This is my experience. I've been an entrepreneur for over 18 years. I know a thing or two, right? And what I've learned on social media, I put it all together with my skill set that I already had. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? All right. I think I answered all of the questions that I can see. I thought I saw another one, but it probably escaped me. I don't know where it is now. But yes. So if you have ad dollars, I don't think that you should boost. I said this earlier when I was working out this morning. I don't think you should boost a post or promote, $10, $20. I personally don't think it's worth it. Now, if you bring me somebody, I'm happy to collaborate with somebody that they do $10 boosting, $20 boosting, and this has really grown their page. I'm interested in that person and what they're actually doing. I have not seen anybody successful when they boost every now and then. You have a promotion and then you boost it for $30 or $50 and you still don't get the results you want. The better way is attracting leads. The better way is marketing to your ideal prospects. And we share that in the 3-day ride. And so when I tell you I'm always in conversation, because I'm not looking for leads, I'm in conversation with those leads. Leads turn to prospects. Prospects becomes customers or business partners, right? So that's what you want, is leads. Is that helpful? Yes or yes? I didn't miss anybody, did I? Does that make sense? Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. Yes, you're recommending a book. Yes. Did I miss another question? All right. Yes. So the 3-day ride is right now. Yes. Put 3 or just go to my profile, click the word tree. You'll see what that is. And then everything that I offer, the 3-day ride business course, is available. I help you find unlimited leads and help you start conversations. I'm a master at helping you start conversation using the right words to talk to your ideal prospects and using these tools on social media. And so, yes, you can grab the ride and it'll start as soon as you grab the ride. So nothing is stopping you from grabbing the ride. And then one thing that I added, well, my team added was they wanted to make sure that you still had ongoing training, because most of the people who take the ride have questions after the ride. And so even though I do a live Q&A, you have an email that I send out. Hey, I'm about to go live on Thursday night at 8 p.m. for the live Q&A, or whatever time it is. You're to show up on that live, and the replays are available. But more importantly, what I decided to do, and my team, we have ongoing business trainings. After the ride, you can become a membership of the 3-day membership riders, which is a separate entity, and we can continue this conversation, right? And that's for the people that's serious. And so those people that are like, I still need more, or I have more questions. And so I don't just leave you. Most people take courses, you read it and you get it or you don't. I really want your testimony. So the reason why I'm vested, because I really want you to do well. So I could say, yeah, she took the 3-day ride. Let me post it. I really want to see you do it so we can show people it's possible. It's not a one-off. I'm the only person because I was in radio and television. People like to say that. No, I want it to be where you have a candle business and you were able to do it. You have an insurance business and you were able to do it. You are in network marketing and you were able to do it. Like, I want a variety, right, of thousands of people who have done it over and over and over and over and over. And so we have all these success stories. It's 100% guaranteed. I have not had one person complain because I over deliver. This free. So imagine if we working together. Like this is free. And I feel like everybody should know this. And the reason why I'm sharing it, because I didn't know it. I just got online a couple of years ago, like you guys. 2020, everybody got online, right? So I'm just like you. I just learned it faster. I just made more mistakes. I just talked to more people and put it all together so that now I can shorten somebody else's learning curve. Any other questions? We got to run. All right, because I'll continue this conversation on TikTok. So if you want, you can join me over on TikTok. We spend a little bit more time over there because if they are a subscriber on my TikTok, they get to come on the live with me. And we do one-on-one coaching for the remaining of the night. And so that's the beauty of being on TikTok. So hopefully that was helpful. Yes, please tag your business bestie. Oh, I have a promotion. If you get in the ride and you have other business partners, your ride is free. So if you have 10 other business partners who want to ride with you, because a lot of you have a team, a sideline, a lot of you have business partners, get them to ride with you, or other people that you know that are entrepreneurs and they're looking for leads. I can help them find them. Say, hey, all 10 of us are going to ride together. And then you get your ride for free. So that's a little promotion for you because I want to incentivize you to take your team to the top with you. You want other people to have the success. It's nothing like when people's like, Jerusha, I wasn't expecting all this. Like, it's too much. I love it, but it's too much. I love to hear the testimonies. I'm all about the testimonies, baby. Okay, the proof is in the pudding. So if you go to my profile, click it where it says treat, you're going to see the testimonials. You're going to see everything that's offered in the 3-day rides, overcoming objections, starting conversations, how to find leads in groups, how to find leads on fan pages, how to find leads in Instagram, how to find leads in stories, how to find leads on TikTok. Like, it's so much in the 3-day ride. So yes. So do me a favor. Thank you so much. Please share the broadcast. I'm really just thankful. I will see you every Wednesday at 8 p.m. If you're in the group, happy to bring you on. If you have a good question, would love to talk to you about it. I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha, and I'll see you on the page. Well, I'll see you on TikTok if you follow us over there. Have a great night. If you're on YouTube, get over. Yes, hi, YouTubers. If you are on my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Good night.